Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Sunday the 18th, and today was another gorgeous day outside. We had a little bit of rain, been a lot of sun, but beautiful day to be alive. Any day you're alive is a great day to be alive. So went ahead, got a few things done today, had the dogs and stuff. We had Marley, and we had Haley, and we had Bruce, of course, he's always here. Got up, got them all taken care of this morning, got that stuff figured out and got that taken care of. Had a few little things to do, and oh crap, I forgot the biggest thing. Holy shit, completely forgot about it. We went out and did our first group trail run today. We had a meet out there at the running trail at the trailhead at 6:30 a.m. We got there, and the trailhead road was just trash. Like the last probably 200, 300 yards was muddy enough and screwed up enough that I literally would not have taken my truck through without somebody else to help pull me back out if I didn't make it, because it was pretty gross. So went ahead, went out there, got to that end of that road in the car, which I didn't have the truck, ended the road with the car, turned around, headed back, met Bob on the way out, and one of the other Jones, I can't remember who it was, another guy there. We all decided to head to the East Trailhead. We went over there, texted out the group kind of thing stuff, got there, talked to people a little bit. Nobody really knew the trails over there were good, leaving from there. I've left there more than anybody else did, but new guy in the group doesn't get to lead a trail run. So went ahead and checked the woman who was supposedly going to run walk with Karen did not show up. So we're like, okay, we're cool, no big deal. Took off, and they didn't know they were going to even get a 6-mile loop. Everybody was saying it's a 9-mile loop round trip if you take the full loop. And depending on which route you take, there's always cutouts and shortcuts. But Karen was like, I'm not doing 9. You can see it in her eyes. There's no way in hell she's going to do 9. So she really wasn't certain she's going to do 6 fast. You know, she's going to be able to do 6 with a lot of walking involved, which what I thought. And my hope was, once I got done the other side loop, there was a cutoff that would have brought her right back in about 4.5, somewhere in there. And my goal was to try and either 2 options. I was hoping to run the 6 in time to get back. I could then shoot through the cutoff, grab her there, and then either finish the 6 with her, and then would put me in about 9.5, or I'd head back in the shortcut, get there, and I'd be about 6.5 when I get there, and then a half back for her, which put her about 4 or so in that ballpark range, 4.5, which would then put me back in at 5, only leaving 1 more mile to make my 8. So I'd have the concept of having my 8 going, and the long runs. 8 miles is my considered long run for my 52 long runs in 2017. Got there, we're at the other spot. I don't know how to make those cutoffs, to make those shortcuts. So we took off in the group, and the group took off way faster than Karen was ready for. There was a small group behind us, which we didn't realize they were going at the pace they're going. She could have hung out with them. I think they only did 3 or 4 miles also, but we didn't know. Unfortunately, wasn't enough time to talk and figure out who everybody's going at what pace. So I just dropped back, Bruce and I did with Karen. We were chilling, and the group just went off and left us. Like, they didn't really have the concern and stuff. Like, I'm kind of a little more of the group where the mentality of take care of each other, make sure nobody gets left behind, but this group was not that group to do that. So I stayed back with Karen, no problem at all. I believe the father and the husband of the group that Karen could have ran with ended up catching up to us and running with us for a while. I said, hey, if you want to pass, just holler, we'll how it go. If not, he just kind of hung around behind us. We did some run walking, which was fine, no problem at all. Karen was kicking butt, she was doing great, and then got in her head about it a little bit here and there. And then finally we got to the other trailhead where we were supposed to start the run. We got there. Karen decided she was kind of wanted to cut it shorter than what it was. So theoretically, I could have brought her back down the trail, 8th mile, picked her up in the car, an hour later after I got done with that. But luckily, she was able to make it back. We headed on back. Travis, which was the gentleman that was running behind me, he continued on the longer route, which he ended up cutting the route short too. He got back to the campsite probably only 20 minutes after us, probably 10 minutes after us. So I'm not sure what shortcuts he took, but he got back to the start. And I'd given him my number at the trailhead in case something happened. He could call me, or when I got back, if I couldn't reach him, if I didn't know where he was back yet, I was going to call him to verify he got out of the park. Also, good not knowing where he was going. His first time out there, I believe, totally first time out there. So we ran around, I got back to the car, I dropped Karen off. I grabbed myself a banana, headed back out to get the rest of my other 4 miles. She came into the car right about 4 miles where she finished up at. So I went back out for another 4 miles, which kind of sucked because I was out there. I left Bruce home too, or left Bruce with Karen at the car there. But it kind of sucks I was in by myself, which wasn't a big deal. I ran into a couple other people in the group who all seemed like they were lost. Didn't know how they were getting back to the thing, which was kind of funny. But we got back to the car. I got my thing all finished up. A handful of people left. Karen got a chance to talk to a lot of the people, which was awesome. So she feels really good better about the group now. So hopefully we'll be able to do another run together sometime, and she can be able to run walk, and hopefully be somewhere with a little better marked trails, so she wouldn't feel like she would get lost out there. So went ahead, had fun, got done there, came home, talked to him across the street for a few minutes, came in, got my shower, got cleaned up. We headed up to Ormond Beach to hang out with Richard, Karen's father, for Father's Day. On the way up there, I tried to call my buddy's dad, Senior, and talk to him, and basically he wasn't around, his father, so I couldn't talk to him then, so I went ahead and had to call him later in the afternoon, which I did call and talk to him for over an hour. Great guy. I missed the hell out of that dude. Last year I rode the motorcycle up there and hung out with him last year on Father's Day. That didn't happen this year, but it is what it is. So from there, we went and got Richard, went out to eat. We had a lunch, beautiful lunch, a little cafe that was a nice, great service stuff. Brought us 2 plates that both had leftover old food on it, which is very, very discouraging. It's a very nice place, and there's no reason for that crap. So yeah, that sucked. But other than that, went from there down to the beach. That's what Richard wanted to do with Father's Day, was walk along the beach. We went ahead and walked along the beach, which again, not a problem until he gets too far out. He's become insanely stationary in his life, and he walked too far, and he started like falling forward and stuff, and he couldn't find his balance and having trouble with all that stuff. So we had to basically, I grabbed the back of his shirt and we walked him out of there, kind of like as if like a old folks home type thing where they can't stand up and get balance. And we got him back to the car finally. Karen actually went and got the car, came down and met us part way by the beach. Yeah, no idea what's going on with that. I went and drove around a little while, got him rested up, took him back to the house. He got out, was able to make it to the house without a problem at all, so that was good. Then from there, we headed back home. We had to meet people who were picking up Marley, and met with them. Ended up meeting them back in New Smyrna. Karen had to go do some paperwork at Mark's place, so she headed up there, met them for the dog. Awesome, fun stuff. The dog got along great. Put the dog in their vehicle, got their crates and stuff while there, and they headed on home, which was cool. They're talking about coming back over this way. They're loving the area, so they're gonna be back over and wanting to have the dog washed again, which will be great. From there, got back home, chilled out, didn't really do a lot. Just kind of had a good time. We really just had a lot of little just talking and stuff, and had a lot of stress in the whole thing with the Craig crap and stuff. We kind of talked about it quite a bit, what we need to do next and that whole thing, and then we tried to just spend time without thinking about it, which is hard to do, but it does happen at times. So we got a little bit of stuff, watched a little bit of Netflix, and called it a night. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.